Hello, welcome back with me, fLukedMC, on the LiberCraft server. Now, at the end of the last episode, off camera, I did a couple more things. I have got a few cows set up in this pen here, and I have a small wheat farm going. We are going to start expanding on this area, and in this episode, we are getting a house. A good house. But, there's something I need to show you first off in this direction. As you can probably see, there is a house emerging in this clearing. We have a neighbour. Someone else has set up on this island as well. We'll probably get to interact with them at some point in the future. They will likely take the north end of the island. I will likely take the south end of the island. I don't want to give up that cave. It's already a good candidate for Cave of the Year 2022. So now that we're back here in my clearing, what is the plan for the day? We're going to have a house by the end of it, but that's not going to be the immediate plans. I think we need to build up our resources, build up our chests, maybe even get like a temporary structure sorted. Keep breeding the cows up. We're going to need lots of leather once we go for level 30 enchantments. I'm already level 23. We're going to need to get this up so that the wheat can feed the cows. And I think I want to go and explore that cave again, because that cave, it's just so good. It's a good cave. Love that cave. Here we go, let's head right back down. Oh, how did I walk past that? It's only one, but we're at level 10 and we found a diamond. But diamonds in episode 1, because the last episode is being... I'm not sure if I mentioned it during the episode. It's actually going to be called episode 0. It's just the basic getting started. It'll probably be very short. I've been meaning to find one of these. And it's a skeleton spawner as well. I could try and feed that up into whatever house I build. And we'll take everything. Absolutely what I want is, I've just hovered over it, a saddle. We just hit level 30. We are not prepared for enchanting yet, but if we can get an enchanting table, we should be able to get some at least basic enchantments ready. With the abundance of resources I have, I think it is time to head back upstairs, get this iron smelted up. But I just keep spotting more stuff. In order to cure this guy, we're going to need a golden apple and a potion of weakness. Now, the golden apple isn't a problem. I can make them by just getting gold and an apple. But the potions means I'm going to have to go to the nether. So we have an assortment of things, but the key thing here is all this iron. And a decent amount of coal as well that should see me going a little while. Given that we have a neighbour and until we can actually get to speak to them, we're probably going to want to both build quite big. So I will probably end up moving from here all the way over to there and just taking that entire western island, which still needs a name. But whilst the island and the area I'm in will need a name, I have declared that this area around me is the Flukewarm Ocean, because it's a lukewarm biome and my name is Fluke, so it's a Flukewarm Ocean. So yeah, we're going to move over to this island, so let's go and have a better look at what we've got over here. So we've got quite a lot of expansive space that we can use. There's animal spawning, which is always going to be helpful. That's a brown sheep. 2 brown sheep. Brown sheep are supposed to be relatively rare, and I've just got 2 of them. I'm not religious, but I just needed something that people can't miss. There we go. I don't think anyone could miss this cross. So around that area will be my new home, but I'm not someone who's very good at off-the-cuff building. I like to plan things out beforehand. We need a name for this camp. This is not going to be the permanent base, I don't think. Given that we have someone over there, I think I'm going to let them be able to expand on this island since they have a house. I think I got to the island first, but they built the house first. So I am going to go over to this island, which is completely unclaimed, and I'll take that area over there. But I'm not so good at off-the-cuff building. I like to plan things out beforehand. So I'll need to go away and plan that. But I want to make sure that this camp also has some kind of place on this island. So in the end, we'll probably just mark out an area around it, only a little area. But I also need a name for it. A name for this camp. There we go, the first post, fLukedMC's camp, and then over there, that's where the main base will go, because that's got a decent amount of space on that island. We're to have a house, a farmland, get some villagers going as well once we get that zombie villager back up. So I am going to go away and I'm going to design the house that I want to put in that area. So I have gone away and I have designed a lighthouse which will go in this area here. Now, there's a couple of problems. Firstly, I want to terraform the land in an upwards motion, so it's on the edge of a sort of little cliff. So we're going to need a lot of dirt and probably some stone as well so that we can make that happen. Secondly, the resources are quite intensive. There's quite a lot I need, particularly my old nemesis, spruce wood. I need almost 3 stacks of it, and as you can see, there's no spruce anywhere on these islands. Now, because everything within a certain border there's actually a physical wall around this land. Everything within the wall doesn't reset. Everything is permanent. It's where we all build. Outside of the build, those chunks are reset. I'm not sure how frequently, but they're reset so that we can have access to new resources, new biomes, that sort of thing. And it's helpful for big excavations without impeding on the main area. So we need to travel probably this way, this corner, and try and find a big open plain where we can do some excavation for all the resources we need. Now, I've been thinking about this zombie villager down here. I don't think I should rely on finding zombie villagers. To the south, I've noticed on the map, there is a village. I should be able to take a couple of villagers and bring them back here. Now, the other thing that's happened is the server was originally on easy, and the server admin has realised that was not supposed to be the case. It was supposed to be on hard, and the server has been updated to be on hard difficulty. So the easy time I've been having with the mobs and the explosions has all gone away, and we are now back in fully in the challenge zone. So in order to get this house started, because this house is being built in this episode, it might take some time, but it is being built. So we need to go and get some resources. I need to go on a journey. To be fair, most of the dirt could just come from terraforming the land, but I just want to have a lot in reserve, so we need to go exploring. Plus I want to see this wall. I didn't know it was a physical wall. Now that I've learned it's a physical wall, I want to see this physical wall. It's not that far off. It should be coming into view relatively soon. Oh, there it is. Look at this wall. This is pretty cool. And it expands around the entire map. Like I said, literally the only reason this wall is here is as a visual indicator that you're moving beyond the permanent zone. I've also learned from reading the chat that it is okay to either tunnel through it or to pillar over it. So I'll probably go to that land over there, so I'll need this back. And we will just create a small little pathway through the wall. I don't actually know how deep the wall is. Oh, but I think I've got there. Oh! That's not actually the wall, this is just stone. So we're going to need to create a pathway up. And because I don't necessarily want to cheat by grabbing any resources, I'm going to actually dump everything I got from this wall. The stone counts because the stone is not part of the wall. I don't know how far up I'm going to have to go, but this should lead me into the biome I need. And there we go, right into a spruce forest like I needed. Which it should be really easy to collect with this particular data pack. This has gone very well so far. We just need to find an open flat area where we can mine loads of dirt as well. 64 and a piece to spare. There's a big ice biome there. Oh. I have been meaning to find a lush biome, and this tree means there is a lush biome nearby. We just have to go down. I will keep a note of this, because for the time being I need to collect the resources. I want a house set up to mark the island as my own. So we need dirt. We need a clear area that I can just mine. Now, by the looks of things, to the north is a sort of plains area, so I'll use that. I will, however, collect some mossy cobblestone, because this is one of the resources I'm going to need. So it will save me some time just to collect it now. So I've just got up on a second page the resources I'm going to need. It's basically just oak wood, spruce wood, cobblestone, deep slate. The key ones I'm going to need, which are going to be difficult: light grey wool, light grey concrete powder, and white stained glass. So those I think are going to be the difficult ones to get because they're so specific. My Minecraft style is very much I am a hoarder. I hoard resources. I don't think you've really gotten the full grasp of that yet from just watching me in the 1.18 survival world, because I'd never really got to the stage of inventory management I usually get to. But it's equivalent, like I hoard things like cobblestone and dirt for no reason at all. It's a resource that might come in useful at some point. Like now, for example, I need all of the dirt I need in the world. It's loads. I don't know how much I need. I haven't calculated it. This terraforming I'm going to be doing is completely off the cuff. Right, just up here there should be a clearing which I can start clearing out. Accidental pun. There we go, 6 stacks of dirt should probably see me through. If I need any more dirt, I've got loads there. And at the same time as well, I have lots of stone as well. Teleported to home 1. There we go. That was quick. Right, now the next thing to do is to actually create a sort of outline of where I want this land to move to. I've never really done any terraforming before on this scale, so I think this will be useful, or even interesting to see what happens. So this is the layer where the lighthouse will go, so it's just a matter of making it a bit more natural and then building the layers down from there. My estimates for dirt were incredibly wrong. We're going to need more. I think this looks alright, given the fact I don't have a clue what I'm doing. But we need more dirt. I've almost completely run out just on these 2 layers, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers to go before we hit ground. Not to mention that this already overhangs a lot of that beach, and we're going to need to cover that up probably. So I'm probably going to need to go back to that quarry I had and get some more. Right, that is now... the actual structure is now complete, but I do still have to go around and just do a lot of random stuff to make it feel a little bit more natural. And so with that from here, you can see that the main terraforming is done. There's a few little gaps in there that I'll go and fill out. We're just waiting for all this grass to spread up there, which means we've got time to do some resource gathering. Now that we have this hill that blends quite well, I think we could probably smooth out that bit there a little bit. But after that, we can now build the lighthouse. We have an area ready. So we need to get a chest set up over there and start collecting all of the resources we need. This is all of the materials I am going to need, at least in their raw form. This doesn't look that full, I understand, but most of these logs are going to be turned into wood and stairs and fence gates and all that sort of thing. The glass, some of it's getting turned into panes, and all of this on the right, that is the bulk of the tower. So from the resources we had before to this, everything has now been all laid out, ready to get the lighthouse started. I actually didn't have enough light grey wool. I needed to go and get some more sheep, but a wolf has got into the pen and killed all of the sheep. So fortunately I had some leftover wool that I could just convert. So now that we have these resources, I think the only thing left is to actually build the lighthouse. And I think we're going to do this in the form of a third-person time-lapse. So let's cue the music and get on with it. There we go, we have the lighthouse. All of the blocks are in place, all of the interior floors are done, but nothing's actually been put in there yet. We still need to move in, and it is quite good. I quite like this. We need to add some sort of ladder going through the middle, because there's about 3 or 4 floors I've got access to. The time-lapse might have ended up a little bit janky at the end because of issues going on with the server and with sleeping and all that sort of thing. I've also noticed that this hill I made has become a mob spawner. There's lots of mobs underneath here, so we're going to need to clear that out. But yeah, I really wanted to get this done, this lighthouse, this first like starter base done. I wanted to get it done in the first episode. Because the thing is, you can see, yeah, I've managed to get myself some diamonds, some basic enchantments. We're still trying to get more level 30 stuff going. Collected all the materials for that, got a camp over there. We've only just managed to get a starter base. People in the chat, they're building iron farms, they're breeding villagers. They are so far ahead of us. But from what I've had a look on the server, my house is probably the best. So that's going to do it for this episode. In the next episode, we'll probably start to advance even more, start to take over this entire island you can see behind me, start expanding, start really going for some better gear. So look out for that, and I will see you in the next video.